Jaya Gaura Hare.
Welcome to another episode of TwoMuchWise.
This is the Gita Expedition series where we explore the timeless wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita, verse by verse and chapter by chapter.
All that we discuss here is what we've heard from perfected teachers and spiritualists from the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. None of this is our own analysis.
If you're here for the first time, then we recommend that you watch the warm-up series of the Bhagavad Gita where we introduce some concepts of the Gita for the first time.
This episode is better heard than watched. You can hear it while taking a walk, while driving, cooking, or even walking out.
We've had a lot of fun recording this, and we hope that it's an enriching experience for all of you as well. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome back to another episode of Too Much Wise. We're reading from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, reading text 2 and 3 today. First in Sanskrit, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kutastva Kashmalam Hidam Vishame Samupashtitam Anarijustam Aswargyam Makirti Karam Arjuna Klebyam Asmagama Partha Naitattvayupapadyate Shudram Hridaya Dorbalyam Tyaktotishta Parantapa. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjun, how have these impurities come upon you? They're not at all befitting a man who knows the value of life. They lead not to higher planets, but to infamy. O son of Pritha, do not yield to this degrading impotence. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, O chastiser of the enemy."
Joy, powerful words from the all powerful. And here starts a new pehlu in the whole of Bhagavad Gita. In fact, Bhagavad Gita, Song of God, here is where the Song of God actually starts, because here we see Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, or the Blessed Lord said. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has started to speak. Shri Krishna has started to speak, and we've heard Dhritarashtra speak. We've heard Sanjaya speak. We've heard we overheard Duryodhan speak. We've heard Arjun lament and give all the different reasons. But now there's a different person. It's not Shri Krishna Vacha or Krishna Vacha. It's Shri Bhagavan Vacha. This is where Vedavyas really draws a line, and he says, this is a different person. This is not just any person. It's not just a superhuman. This is the supreme human. So not even human. This is the supreme person that is being that is addressing Arjun right now. And that is the line, that is the emphasis, that is the highlight that Vedavyas really puts out here by saying Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. And right from the outset, he basically is not mincing words. Krishna is not beating around the bush, consoling him, cajoling him, or trying to just fuslao him into some kind of false sense of security. He's not giving him that. Being a good friend, he's showing him the reality. He's just trying to awaken him to the fact that what is real and what is not. Giving him uh, a light, friendly bashing with his words, by trying to jolt him out of his illusion of slumber. That is what Krishna is trying to do right now in these two verses.
Yeah, yeah. Very strong start to today, Prabhu. You nailed it. Vyasadev is saying Shri Bhagavan Vacha. It's so easy to say Shri
Yep.
Krishna Vacha. It's lesser letters, lesser number of. It would have saved in some printing expense. Anyhow,
Yeah.
but there's a purpose why he's writing Shri Bhagwan Uvacha. And as you
Yes.
said, this is supreme. Bhagwan means supreme personality, supreme person. He's not writing Shri Krishna within, sorry, Shri Bhagwan within Krishna
Within.
Uvacha. Yeah, he's not writing uh, Shri Bhagavan in the universe outside of Krishna Vacha. No, 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 no. Krishna, Shri Bhagavan, same person, Shri
Correct.
Bhagavan Vacha. And then, as you said, Krishna starts to speak, everybody will start to listen. Why? Because Krishna is the original self help guru, he's the original giver of wisdom, he's the
Definitely. Yes.
motivational speaker, right? Why? Because he's the creator. Bhagavan is the supreme creator, and only the supreme creator can have supreme knowledge. Only whirlpool engineers can tell you how the whirlpool machine works properly, right? Similarly, only the creator of this body, this mind, everything around us can tell us
Yeah.
how it works.
Correct.
And, as you said, the way Krishna is telling Arjun, no cajoling, no mollycoddling, straight to
Yeah.
the point.
Yes. Yeah. He's basically calling him some very interesting names here, which we might just want to hear. He calls him Klaibya, right? He says Anarya. That's what he calls him. Klaibya means less of almost like a less of a hero than what he actually is. Anarya means uneducated, almost. That how do you're not uneducated. He knows he's not uneducated, but he's like, you're speaking like you have been overcome with some kind of ignorance, some blanket of ignorance. You're not speaking like the way you should be speaking,
Hmm.
after
Hmm.
being
Hmm.
educated, after having these heroic qualities. No, you're talking in a very unhero, uh, almost like a uneducated kind of talk. And what has come over you is what Krishna is asking him, just trying to remind him that he holds these positions of responsibility. He's reminding him that with these harsh words of his, which seemingly are harsh, but in reality are just needed. That is what is needed in that time.
Yeah. Krishna is calling Arjun, as you said, Klebium, lesser than what he is, uh, because he's, he's, as you said, he's not really living up to what he is, living up to his
Yeah.
qualifications, living up to his qualities. And he's saying, I don't want to kill Bhishma Dev, I don't want to kill Dronacharya, I don't want to kill Duryodhan, because I will get sin, because oh, they will die, because what will happen to their families. But Krishna is going to remind him, firstly, you need to stop looking at everything at a bodily level. You know the higher purpose, you know the bigger picture, you know that the right way, the right vision to look at everything is at the level of the soul, right?
Yeah.
You know how law of karma works, you know
Yeah. He
why
says
distress
something.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very nice.
tell Prabhu.
Yeah, he says here that they're not at all befitting a man who knows the value of life.
Yeah, yeah,
Which is so weird to say, but because
yeah.
if you see what Arjun wants, it basically wants to save lives. That's what he wants to do, save lives
Yeah, yeah,
by not
yeah,
fighting. But he's saying they're not befitting a man who knows the value of life.
yeah.
And this is something very interesting. Obviously it'll be revealed a little more in detail throughout the chapter and the subsequent chapters also. But value of life means what? When you value something, you will use it for its purpose. When we don't value the the life of a human life, the life that we have got as a human being, we don't use it for the purpose for which it is built. That is actually what Krishna is basically trying to match it to. That you've got a human life, you've got a kshatriya, highly educated, high positioned life. You're not valuing it by talking like a common man who does not have an idea of what purpose of life is. That is what he's linking it to, not just the saving of this body, the saving of someone's life like that. That's not the value that he's talking about. He's talking about the value of life in terms of knowing the purpose of life and then fulfilling it.
Yeah.
That's how he's linking this right now.
Yeah. I was also thinking that, it Krishna's ideas may sound very radical. That
Yeah,
Arjun is saying, I don't want to kill. Krishna is saying, you should kill. What are you saying? Are you important? But if we take ourselves back to that time, the Vedic age, at that time, Kshatriyas would never deny fighting in a battle. In fact, Arjun himself fought so many battles single handedly, right? Yudhishthira didn't refuse a battle of dice, right? So Kshatriyas don't refuse battles. So while we might find it radical, actually, a lot of scholars, a lot of Kshatriyas at that time wouldn't have found Krishna's advice radical,
correct.
right? So
Yeah,
the from the duty of a Kshatriya, from the roles and responsibilities of a Kshatriya cannot say no to a battle, especially if the battle is being fought for the right thing, for the right cause, for the right purpose.
correct. I mean, you brought a very nice poignant point there, that even from the societal point of view, even from the circumstantial point of view at that time, even at face value, the advice that Krishna's giving Arjuna, that is actually not radical. Even if we take out spirituality from the whole picture, even if we take out the deeper meanings of soul and this and that, even then it does
Yeah,
make sense. Even then it is
yeah,
not radical. So
yeah,
societal level pe bhi, from that point of view also, it is not radical, it is not rocking anybody's boat. That is definitely correct. And but going deeper also, as we already mentioned, that even on deeper levels, it has definitely profound meanings and insight, basically, that Krishna is going to reveal soon in the subsequent verses.
yeah. What part of the shloka do you want to pick up, Prabhu? I really like the part of higher planets, which is the last part of the second
First,
shloka.
yeah, second, yeah.
Uh, maybe we'll talk about that. We've covered rest of the shloka. Uh, Higher planets. Krishna is saying not to higher planets, but to infamy. First of all, where is higher planets coming from?
Yeah, higher planet. What
Suddenly,
is that?
Krishna.
What is this astronomy that you got in this warfare? I don't want to go to some high. He's talking about taking a kingdom. You're talking about some higher planet.
Yeah,
What is this? And he's
yeah,
comparing it to infamy. That
yeah.
he's juxtaposing two things. One is higher planet, and the opposite of that, it seems to be, is to be
Infamy.
infamous.
Yeah,
How are these two related? Like, एक तो हायर प्लैनेट हमारे सिलेबस से बाहर हो गया, एंड दूसरा उसको इन्फेमी से कैसे रिलेट, हाउ इज इट गेटिंग रिलेटेड टू इन्फेमी? So
it's
much
like
like in just one last line, like a last thing that he's saying, and in that also we can get really confused. Either we can get totally confused there, or just we can just not even notice it. It is so obscure that we might not even notice
yeah.
it.
It's
Move on, basically.
it's like saying uh, this. Uh, you will not get a higher internal rate of returns. Rather, you will get capsicum.
Yeah.
It's like, firstly, what is internal rate of return,
Yeah.
and then secondly, how is it related to
Related to.
capsicum? so,
Yeah.
so what's happening here? This is
But
actually very interesting. When I understood the
yeah.
meaning of it, this I was like, oh wow.
Yeah. But it makes sense. I'll tell you how.
Yeah,
If you're an
yeah.
Indian, if you're an Indian, especially an Indian, you will understand this a little more, because whenever someone dies, they write Swargiya, or
Mm.
our
That's a very nice
whatever,
way,
our
Prabhu. That's a very
Dadaji,
nice
our
way to understand.
grandfather, grandmother, our aunt, whoever it is, has now ascended to their heavenly abode, right? They write it as a respectful thing whenever they publish it anywhere. It is a matter of respect. It is a respectful title whenever you're announcing someone's passing away. So that is what is being talked about here, and that is how it is linked to infamy, because
Yeah,
respect versus infamy makes sense. And ultimate respect in terms of the material world is that after we die, we attain a higher planet, we attain a higher destination, better destination. Ha, he has left us now, but now he is in a better place. What is this
yeah,
better
yeah,
place? What is this better place?
yeah.
So that
Swarg
is
is
a
overpopulated.
overpopulated.
Nobody's
Right,
going to Nar.
definitely.
Never seen a Nargia.
Yeah, never seen a person go to a lower planet, or
Yeah,
descend
yeah,
somewhere else.
yeah,
But always ascending to our heavenly abode are all these people who are passing away. But just to put it, and he's just saying this in passing, that actually shows the caliber of how educated people were in general, and also Arjun, that he just assumed that he'll understand what he's saying. He didn't need to sit and explain that there are higher planets, there are these, then that, and that, and this, and no, none of that. He just said this in passing because he knows Arjun knows all of this. That is
yeah,
the caliber of intelligence and education, the level of education, the quality of education, that not just of this planet, but even of what is happening after death, they learn as part of their normal education.
yeah,
Something that we've forgotten now.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling so nice because I've always wondered, why do they put obituaries and announcement of passing away in the newspaper?
Yeah.
Today, all of it has come to use. Today, I see the value because an obituary is explaining the meaning of the shloka, which which is, if you're a Swargiya, you've attained fame, right? Higher
Yeah.
planets is Swarga. If you go to Swarga, if you go to higher planets, you've attained fame. And infamy would be going to lower planets. So Krishna is saying that, Arjun, what you're talking is going to take you to lower planets. It's not going to make you Swargiya. It's going to make you Nargiya. And as you said, Prabhu, that
Yeah.
they're
In
in their
fact, even he's
curriculum.
saying, what about Swargiya Narkiya? He's basically saying, even Jite Ji, even while you're living, you'll
Yeah,
become. Yeah. Sorry, bro. I think I cut you there.
yeah. You're saying even Jite Ji.
Yeah, he's saying, what about higher planets after you pass away? Even right now, while living, also, you'll be dishonored if you don't fight right now. Whatever
Hmm.
you're saying, it's not befitting you at all. In fact, this is, if you follow through with whatever you're thinking of doing, which is not fighting, it's not gonna bring you dishonor. What to say about
Hmm.
higher planets later on? It's gonna bring you
Yeah,
dishonor right now, not even
yeah,
after passing away. Right now, it's gonna
yeah,
bring you dishonor.
yeah,
That is what
yeah. And
Arjun is talking about.
I also like
Sorry,
the fact
Krishna is
that you
talking.
mentioned. I like the fact that you mentioned that this is part of their curriculum, like of this
Yeah,
part of their
correct.
education. It's not like the follow-up question from Arjuna is 2.4 or 2.3 is Arjuna Vacha Krishna. What is higher planets? What is this infamy? They know
Yeah,
it. They understand this, right? So, so in their education
yeah,
system, they're taught that what happens to you after death. Where do you go? You can go up, you can go below, or you can go outside of the material world. All of that is
yeah.
taught to them. That's so nice. Where is that education now? Where is the understanding of the universal map from the Bhagavatam and the Vedic scriptures now? Higher planets versus infamy. Clear. Krishna is saying if you want a good destination in this life or after this life, then you have to do the right thing. Actually, this is also Krishna's response to one of Arjun's doubts, which was if
Correct.
I kill all of them, then I will get sin, right? And if I get sin, then with those sinful actions that I have done, I'll get a degraded body in my next life and I'll go to a degraded planet. I'll go to a lower planet where quality of life will suck. And Krishna is clarifying that no, 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 no. It's the other way around. If you don't
Yeah.
kill them, then you'll have to go to the lower planets. So he's
Correct.
clearing a doubt also. So succinctly, he's clearing the doubt of Arjun.
Yeah. Picking up on it, and even in his introductory opening lines, he's basically addressing it very nicely. In text 3, he says something. He opens up with, "O son of Pritha." Pritha is his mother's name, which is Kunti. Kunti's other name is Pritha. So he says, "O son of Pritha, do not yield to this degrading impotence." What is this degrading impotence? That impotent basically means something that you're supposed to be potent of doing. You've
Yeah,
lost that ability to fulfill. And Arjun, being a kshatriya, his ability is to establish and protect dharma in society. And by by all of these thoughts, he's basically displaying some kind of temporary impotence, where he loses this ability of being a kshatriya, of being able to protect society, and really establish dharma there. So that is the degrading impotence there. And it's very interesting, whoever says that feminism and this and that, he compares him, he reminds him whose son he is. And
yeah.
he doesn't name
Pandu.
Pandu's
Yeah,
name. He says, "You're a son of Kunti." Because
yeah,
Kunti, even though she has gone through so many distressful situations, she has never left dharma. She was always clear
yeah,
that what is her
yeah,
dharma, and she stuck with it. And hence he's reminding her, "Your son, you're the son of such a lady, and in a distressful situation, you're supposed to be following her example. Remember whose son you are, remember what she
yeah,
has done, and follow
yeah,
that, not do the opposite." Hence he's
yeah,
reminding Arjun,
yeah.
"You're the son of Pratha."
Krishna does this again and again.
Yeah, with name.
He, whenever he wants to remind Arjun of his weakness, wants to remind that Arjun, you're being timid right now. You're not being courageous. You're not being bold. You're not living up to your name. He will use the word Pritha, Partha, son of Pritha, right? Uh,
Yeah.
So over here also he's saying don't subject yourself to this. You're not this. You look at your lineage, right? Look at where you're coming from. Uh, your mother is not going to approve of this, by the way.
Correct.
And at the end of 2.3, Krishna says again something very interesting. Give up such petty weakness. Petty
Yeah.
weakness of heart. What a
Yeah.
way. Like look at the language. Like, such a nice way to put it. Petty
Yeah.
weakness of heart and arise. Petty weakness. Arjun
Yeah.
knows what is right, but he's feeling weak in the heart. He doesn't have the
Correct.
courage. he can't
Yeah.
he can't do it. This happens to us all the time. Actually, we know there are so many things around us that we shouldn't be doing. We know it, we're clear, we're absolutely clear, but still मन कर रहा था गलती हो गई.
Correct. Correct.
So that's what Krishna is telling him.
Yeah, and he's telling him that you have the petty weakness of heart. He's not weak physically, he's not scared that he's
Oh
going to
yeah,
lose because he's lesser of a warrior or something like that. No, he's not weak otherwise, but he's externally very strong, very potent, very able. But he has been this defeat is coming internally. This enemy is inside of him, and this enemy is his own mind, his own emotions right now. Hence he's calling petty weakness of heart, and he says, "Oh chastiser of enemy,
Chastiser.
parantapa." He calls him that. He's like, you have defeated so many people externally. You know what, if you're really strong, defeat this enemy who's inside of you, then you will actually be the
Yeah.
real chastiser of enemy.
Yeah.
You've been the chastiser of enemy. You've been undefeated with all these armies of the demigods, of the demons, of humans. Everywhere you've been, you've defeated everybody else, but that's just externals. Now the time has come when your enemy has risen inside of you. Now let's see the real test of your strength, O chastiser of enemy. How will you chastise this internal enemy? That will prove
Yeah.
your real strength. So that is what
Yeah.
Krishna is basically mentioning here.
Yeah, and Krishna ends here, like for the moment he ends, right, allows Arjun to speak in the next shloka. And there's also another way to look at this slok. You can learn some communication here. Communication 101. Krishna,
Yeah,
he's chastised. At the end, he's sort of motivating him. You're chastiser
get
of
up,
the enemy.
yeah,
Yeah, get up, man. Just
get up
like you've
and
killed
fight.
so
Yeah,
many enemies. Now
yeah,
get rid of this enemy inside. You've killed so many of them. What are these guys for you?
yeah,
So what a way to start off, like
yeah,
powerful Krishna.
yes,
He can be sweet, he can be powerful, he has the best of all qualities.
correct.
Okay, should we call it a day, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, a good place to wrap up.
Yep. Okay, so in the next episode, Arjun will start to speak again, and Arjun will
Yeah,
now open up, share his heart,
really.
even more openly with Krishna.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for today.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Jaya